My track recently got to #1 on Beatport, and here's what's changed. Absolutely nothing. And I always knew that would be the case. I just, that's it there, look. It's with Waeys, and it's on Critical, and I'm really, really proud of it, actually. Really proud of it. But yeah, nothing's changed, and I was kind of hoping that was the case, because that's what I've said to myself all along that would happen. And aside from the fact that a #1 or an award can be like an indication of something that's sold very well, or something that's seemingly popular with either DJs or even fans, although with sales it's normally due to being more popular with DJs. Aside from that, it doesn't really indicate anything else. And you might think that's what success is, and I think what I've come to learn is that that's not an indicator of success at all. An indicator of success is how many times can you get into the studio per week. You know, is it 7? No. Well, maybe it should be 7. And if you haven't got a studio, how many times can you get in front of the computer to do your thing? I think this idea of having the optimal conditions and having the best gear and having the best computer and having the perfect location or having the right circumstances, you can only start once you have those things. But that's just not the case. Like, if you have a small corner in your bedroom, like, literally start there. If you don't have a bedroom, then yeah, just wherever you are, just start where you are and just try and find some solace, or just somewhere where you can feel like it's your anchor. It's kind of your, you know, when I get into the studio, it doesn't matter what time I get in there every day. Some days it's 6 a.m, some days it's, I don't know, 1 p.m. Whenever I get in there, I feel like I'm home. And more recently as well, if I have a 4-hour delay in an airport, I'll just put a cap on, sit in a bar and try and just blank out other things, and then that also can act like, I'm learning that can also basically kind of act like a small home. Not a home, but definitely like a studio. Another thing is, it always takes, I think it generally, not always, but it takes long to get good at something. So one thing I've learned as well is that, yeah, this is my first #1, and I've been doing this thing for, you know, ever since I was, you know, I've been doing this properly for probably like 13 years, something like that, like taking it seriously. Like, obviously I've been doing other jobs as well, like, but it's been my like main thing, the main thing that I do the most, my main hobby, or my main goal. And yeah, so it's just because if you're working for like 1 year towards something, not necessarily in music, whether it be something in business or even something in your hobby, like swimming, I've literally just finished swimming. I'm not the best swimmer. I've been doing it for a few years. I have been doing it for quite a few years. But people are overtaking me, like physically, people are overtaking me all the time, because my form is not good. I read books, I watch videos, I follow YouTube channels. I think this is quite a good example, actually, and I try my best, and still my time in the pool is not as is nowhere near like a standard that it should be if you want to do like triathlons and stuff. But like, it's something that I'm working towards, and also it's something that I'm seeing incremental gains in. Like, so I am slowly improving, but it is at a slow rate. And the same thing happened with music production and DJing. Actually, DJing was a bit quicker than music production. Like the incremental gains that I got from DJing was a bit more than production, a bit quicker than production. But yeah, with swimming and also language learning, those are two pretty big hobbies of mine. They're slow it's slow gains, but year on year there are gains. So that's the important bit to note of that. So yeah, and I trust the process, that it's, if you just, the more I get in there and do it, you know, I don't go swimming all the time. I go swimming maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. So I can't expect, you know, if I was to go twice or 3 times a week, I'll probably get better twice as quick, you know. And it's the same with production. The more I do the small things and the big things every single day, like the more often I do them and the more often you do them, the more you're gonna get the small things of, like, oh, processing my kick, or oh, just trimming the high mids on my clap layer, or, you know, things like that become more like habitual, rather than you have to go out your way to figure out, or like have to search out. It just becomes more habitual. You can hear it, you can see it, and you just sort of, you do what needs to be done. So that's my take on it, really. These have been my thoughts ever since my track with Waeys on Critical has gone to #1. And you know, when that went to #1, I'm already working on the next, you know, before it even went to #1, I was already lining up the next EP, which I have dropping quite soon. So it wasn't like a stand around and smell the flowers, like, and, you know, take in my achievements and look around and think of, you know, and gratitude. Even though I probably should stand around and be more grateful most times, but it's hard sometimes when you've already got the next thing kind of lined up. But yeah, that's just what I've been used to, because if you're used to not having like huge accolades or big moments, then you're not going to be used to like stopping when you're in a flow. Like, if you're in a flow, there's no point kind of stopping, so you might as well just carry on and smell the roses next year, you know. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope it's been helpful. Here's a link to another video, and I'll see you on the next one.